a house at 22 years old and I regret it. So let me tell you why. So we thought that we were going to buy a house to begin our investment journey, but let me tell you something. Investing is very expensive, and the town that I picked is not the town for me. I thought that because the house was cheap enough, I could maybe like stand living here for a little while and then move somewhere else. That moving somewhere else part never happened. Owning a house is so expensive, and now it's difficult for me to go to the next place. I'm thinking about having a mortgage and having my brother like pay it and a rent because of how much I hate this town. And for context, I moved from South Florida to Port St. Lucie. If you know, you know, houses in Port St. Lucie here are so much more affordable, but it was not worth it. The lifestyle is just not for me, and I completely regret taking on this responsibility of owning a house. Beyond that, the amount that we spent on the renovation was way too much. Of course, with every construction, there's unexpected costs, but with this house, it was just so much. And the money that we were going to use to help on our next investment property ended up being swallowed up on this house. Much as you say that you're not going to be emotional about it because it's just an investment, it winds up happening. Like at the end of the day, this is the house you're going to live in. It's your first house. It's all a very emotional process. And so we ended up spending too much. And now I am stuck in a house that I don't want to be in a town that I absolutely hate, all because I thought that I couldn't start my investment journey by buying a house.
So I was just sitting here thinking about some regrets that I had when I purchased my first house. So honestly, when I bought my first house, I just bought a house that was way too big for what I needed. And you're probably wondering, okay, why is that a big deal? For starters, when you start getting those light bills and water bills and upkeep and the maintenance, and then when you have rooms that are just literally sitting empty and collecting dust, but you still got to vacuum it and cleaning it, then you start seeing your mistake. Long story short, I ended up selling that house. I originally had 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. I now have 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, which is a lot easier to manage. But long story short, if you're thinking you're gonna grow into the house, yeah, don't do that. Unless you really are going to have a kid in the very, very near future and that's already planned, yeah, like, do not do that. It's such a waste of money.
2022, we purchased our first townhome, and it's 2025 and our home has not gained any equity. Nothing, nothing at all. I could go into this. I'm still so mad at myself about this. I actually got my real estate license and I was going to be a realtor. Anyways, I was the one that was the realtor for our purchase. My broker was not helpful at all. Not at all. I made such a big financial mistake. I mean, clearly, right? We have no equity in our home. We overpaid completely. Broker didn't care. She got a nice cut off of our sale. So many things went wrong, like so many things. I still can't get over it. I'm talking about it. It's 2025. I'm still not over it. I could do a whole series of like this, but it's insane. Anyone have any advice on how to get over these things? Because don't know how to forgive myself for this financial mistake.
So to me, it kind of sounds like she's just mad that she didn't start gaining money or equity immediately. She probably saw all the clips online of people owning homes before 2020, and of course the prices skyrocketed, so she just kind of expected it to keep happening all the way up to present day, and that's just not the case. Some of the comments, it's been 3 years. Girl, give us a call in 20 years. People got spoiled during COVID and think 40% appreciation is normal. I think it's because you bought a townhome. It does of course depend on how much they paid for the townhome, but they said they overpaid, so they're not in a good spot. But overall, single family homes are definitely more desirable. It's because everyone in 2022 were paying crazy prices with overbidding just because of the low interest rates. I asked you guys as well, do you regret buying your home? Yes, it's now gone from new to a salvage attempt to finally demolition. Now I have to rent again at $13.35 a month. New construction townhouses, and that is a very good transition into the next clip.
I regret buying this house. That's what I've been thinking every single day for like the past 2 months. It has been hell, and I lost control and I was just able to gain back control. There's nothing that sucks more than working so hard to achieve a goal like this, and to not even feel at home in my own house is absolutely heartbreaking. Like, I worked so hard for this house, and I've been homeless before, and I should be grateful, and I am, but with everything going on, it's kind of hard to, but I'm ready, and I have a mindset to completely take ownership of this house and move forward from here on out. I wanted to do everything at once, which was a big mistake. Every single house owner that I've spoken to just told me the same thing. It's a process, it's baby steps, and you're not going to get everything done in one day. Give yourself grace, just focus on the things you need to focus on, and the rest will fall into place.
I became a homeowner at 22 years old, and I instantly regretted that shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you why I regretted it, though. So, I ended up putting 78,000 down on my house, right? And once you get your house, right, you become house poor. Okay? Now, everybody's not gonna be house poor. I was house poor. I'm just speaking from my experience, bro. I'm young as shit, buying a house. I'm house poor at this point. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I did not really gauge all the maintenance that it took to take care of a house. On top of that, I had to put work into the house. They sold us the house, right? Sold the house with mold in it. How did I not know it was mold in it? Did you not get an inspector? Yeah, I had an inspector. This is what these dirty, nasty, gritty people did. Scantless, right? They painted over the mold so thick that the detectors couldn't get it. And it didn't even smell like mold down there, nothing. It was all dry, right? So I had to go in, get the walls chopped out, get the house waterproof, whatever that came up to. So this is just more stuff you got to come out of. But all in all, I would say that I really regretted it once I figured out how much the maintenance was, bro. And like how often you got to do certain things. And obviously it makes it a little sweeter that it's your shit and it's an investment. But for me personally, I just was not ready for that. Now the house is about to sell. I actually don't know what I'm going to do with the cash that I do get from the house. Obviously, I might invest in another property. I think that's where my head's at. But just something to like rent out or something. You know what I'm saying? Not to live in. I can't do it. I'd rather live in an apartment. I'm going to be honest. You can call me crazy all you want. But I just feel like at this point in my life, I should be living in an apartment, bro. A house is a lot. It's a lot.
One of the biggest regrets I have is buying a house with a pool. And if you've never owned a pool, you probably think, oh, it's a good idea. Oh, it's so cool. It's nice. It's this, it's that. Yeah, it totally isn't. And I might be biased because I live in Massachusetts and the weather here is just so horrible, even in the summer, that it makes it not worth it. Last summer, from I believe the 3rd week of June to the end of the summer, for 10 to 12 straight weekends, it rained. An entire summer. I probably used that thing 10 days. It absolutely is not worth it. They're super expensive to maintain. It's very hard to find a consistent cleaner to come and clean it every week for a reasonable price, so you usually have to do it yourself. I hate it. I hate everything about it.
Do not buy a house early on in your career. As young people, we constantly get fed information about how important it is to get on the property ladder as early as possible, but nobody stops to think if this is actually a good idea. This advice tends to lead people to rush into buying their first home. They'll sign up for a mortgage, dependent on the current income they're earning and the current job that they have, without realizing what that actually does for them long term. If you are young and you are working, chances are you're not going to be doing the same thing in 20 years' time. If something drastic happens, like, I don't know, you lose your job to AI or something like that, all of a sudden, that liability is massive. You have no flexibility. If you're renting, however, you have that flexibility of, well, you can move somewhere else, you can move to a cheaper, flat. The recent Renters' Right Act in the UK is massive for flexibility, absolutely massive. So before you buy your first house, I'd strongly encourage you to slow down and think about whether or not this is the best option for you. It's a lot of money to give up.